Cassie and welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you how to make this. It is a applique seam ripper. Now you don't have to do it on this wall hanging, you can do it on whatever you like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I have a load more free applique patterns coming to you. You don't want to miss that. This is the applique pattern for the seam ripper. So if you go to my Facebook group and join, you can get this free seam ripper applique pattern for free. And it's in the files section of my Facebook group. For the full projects that I am creating, you'll need the main fabric and the batting. But for this, it's an applique. You can put an applique on anything and it will be the same technique. So you can do it on a tote bag, a cushion, or your crafting apron, and it'll be exactly the same thing. Whenever I create applique, I like to use steamer seam. It's a double side fusible. So if you use HeatnBond, you can use that, but I prefer to use steamer seam. We have 3 different parts to this applique. 1, 2, and 3. And also, this hasn't been reversed, so our seam ripper is going to be flipped. And if you want to get the straight edges of the seam ripper on this pattern, I would recommend that you grab yourself a ruler and we are going to mark on them straight lines, and then we're going to do a curve. There we go. That is the main handle of the seam ripper done. Then we are just going to cut around. Don't cut on the line, just cut around. Then you can do the same thing with the metal part of the seam ripper applique pattern. And just grab your ruler along that straight edge of that seam, the metal part of the seam ripper. One thing you have to do with this part is you have to go over the actual handle. So this is where the handle is. And we're going to be putting that part, this part here, underneath this section. So I'm going to continue on and just also do the same with the ball here. So you've got the ball part here. So this section is going to go underneath there. Once again, you're going to cut it away, but you're not going to cut on the line. And then we've got this circular ball section. Do you know, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than the size, because this here is where it would be. So it just gives me a little bit of overage for when I'm cutting. Now we can put our pattern to one side. So these are all the fabrics that I got you to cut out for our applique pattern. We now need to place it onto the fabric. So sometimes the glue wants to be on the other side. That's easy to rectify. We're just going to press the glue onto the foam and gently place the glue over to the side that we want with the pattern on and take it off. Then what we're going to do is place that straight onto the fabric. I'm going to do that with the other 2 sections. Then I'm going to place all my parts on a wool mat. And then I'm going to take my iron and I'm going to put some heat on. So always look at the manufacturer's instructions at how long you should put applying heat. Let all the sections cool down completely, and then this is the time you're going to take your scissors and you are going to cut around each part of your applique pattern on the line. And there's our 3 sections for our seam ripper. So now if you're doing a cushion cover or an apron, that's totally fine. It would be the same way. So I'm going to be doing this on a wall hanging. So I'm going to be folding this over and fold it over again, because I just want to find the center of my placement. So I've done that. I have my handy dandy friction pen, so I'm just going to make a central mark so I know where the center of my piece is. So I kind of like my seam ripper to go diagonal, so I'm just going to take the paper off the backing, and that will reveal a sticky side. And I'm going to place that down onto the fabric. And what I like about it is it sticks to the fabric, and then I can reposition any of this stuff. So I'm going to take my seam ripper part of my seam ripper, my metal part. Popping that down. And then I'm going to get the little ball of the seam ripper. If you find that it's hard to take the paper off, you can always use a needle just to score that, but it was quite easy this time. I get these 12 by 12 canvases from the dollar store. They're relatively quite cheap. So I just like to just position things onto the canvas to make sure that that is exactly how I like it. I think this is going off at an angle. I might need to straighten it. So I'll do that off camera. I'm going to get some Elmer's glue, and I am just going to put some glue onto the canvas, and this just helps to secure my quilt batting. I find that if you put a piece of quilt batting on top of the canvas, it just helps to puff it out a little bit. I find that not having this on the canvas first, it doesn't really lay that flat on the canvas, and this helps. And then once we know that we like the position of the seam ripper applique, we are going to place some heat on it once again. Just to adhere that glue to the fabric. Now it's up to you if you want to stitch this into place. I'm going to go ahead and stitch it with some decorative stitch this time. I am going to be using the Baby Lock Elta 2, so I'm going to put this into sewing. I quite like this stitch, so I'm going to use this stitch for my applique. In the top I have a embroidery thread, and I have exactly the same colour in my bobbin. And I also have a 9014 needle in my machine. I'm going to land my needle right in the center. I'm going to take my speed down really low so I can actually control my machine. Then I'm going to start stitching. I recommend going very slowly and steadily around the corners. I'm going to do the next decorative stitch right down the center of the metal part of my seam ripper. Then just finish off that last part with a straight stitch. I'm going to leave the decision making up to you about what to do with this circular part. I didn't do it. If you're doing the same as me and putting this onto a 12 by 12 canvas, you'll want to watch my other tutorial called Putting Fabric onto a Canvas, and it'll show you exactly how to do this next part in further detail. So I'm going to fold it over and staple. Please take the time to do a really good job of this part. It's what takes it from looking like an amateur did it to a professional. If you've enjoyed watching this tutorial, please subscribe. It really helps my channel when you do that. And also comment and like. If you're subscribed, you will not miss my next tutorial, which will be another free applique pattern. There'll be a few coming towards you, so you may want to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye now.